Hello, this is Ron Carlson with Intuitive Matters, and this is a video in my occasional series called Conversations with a Sage. I'd like to bring in a colleague and wonderful friend, Gina Baker. Hello, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Gina is nationally known as a spiritual counselor, and I'd like you to expand a little bit on some of the areas that you emphasize.
Well, spiritual counseling is such a broad word, and what I do in my spiritual counseling, I encompass a lot of different modalities that I pull into a session. I never really know exactly what the session is going to be like until Spirit tells me, shows me. I work with the heart, work with leading people to their heart, leading people to what their soul path, what their calling is, and sometimes it's really sometimes it's harder to see in your own body, and
Yes.
so when you have someone that you can reflect
Yes.
with, and so I guess basically what I do is I do a lot of reflecting, back and forth, and talking with each individual client, and also depending on if it's group sessions. I am a body worker by trait. I rarely do a lot of body work. I was trained with the Myofascia Institute in Sedona, Arizona with John Barnes. So I pull in a lot of his work because he also does a lot of work with the body, and for me that connection with the body, spirit, we really can't separate that. And so
Yes,
being
right.
able to connect with the body and also through spirit, and being able to universally just channel energy, so that it helps people become more in alignment to who they are.
Right.
Yeah, and so I also do cranial psychotherapy, and I also am a yoga instructor, so I do a lot of breath work and different modalities that I pull in from my trainings through different yoga teachers that I have learned from in my long journey. I've been doing this for almost 20 years,
Fantastic.
and I was gifted as a child, so I'm 45, so I feel like I've been doing this my whole life.
Fantastic. Well, you've mentioned two things that really caught me in this. One was about reflection, and the other is about alignment.
Yeah.
And for the people that know me or are beginning to discover my work in Intuitive Matters, they're learning that I base what I do on the energetic science of change. So we make a lot of attempts to change that don't work, and I wanted to bring an understanding of what actually does work for people. Reflection and alignment are two really important ingredients in that. It can be very difficult to make personal change without getting some external alignment and reflection help, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree. The classes that you've taught in the past, I have been a student of those classes, and now had the honor to work with you on numerous occasions.
Yes.
And the reflection work is so important, because there's so many times when we get into our life, when we get into our everyday, taking care of our family, work, and just our own past life stuff or whatever that's going on. It takes some time. It really is about taking that time and
Yes.
being reflective on what's going on. And I was telling you that Yogananda
That's right.
was on my heart strongly today, and one of his quotes, I'm not completely quoting him to the T, but one of his quotes was that we can't see movement unless we're still, unless unless we fall into the stillness
Beautiful.
of the heart, stillness of our body, we just can't see the movement energetically.
Yeah.
Movement.
Yeah. 'Cause in the flow of our normal everyday lives, we are often relatively filled up with really noisy energy chatter.
Yeah.
That's what we're noticing and influenced by.
Yeah.
Not are we moving or are we in stillness, actually becoming more available for the greatness that we want.
Right.
We can't hear it, it's too noisy.
Right. And so that helps me to regroup.
Yeah.
To stop.
And some of this is part of making space in a committed fashion. So let's do an example of that that's pertinent for today with inviting committed prosperity.
I love that.
Okay?
Offer that.
Oh, one of the elements in changing is in reaching a point where it shifts from being I wish for something to I've decided and I'm committed for it to be the case. That is my becoming. So we're going to make a bigger deal about the commitment for prosperity by lighting this candle. And each person can, in their own way, do their own intentional call over of how they're in prosperity.
Yeah, and what I teach, if you don't mind me saying,
Yes, please.
I mean, I teach a lot of my clients that, prosperity is already there for us.
Yeah.
It really is there. It's
Yeah.
energetics, it's energy, it's there. It's already there. It's just about us opening up and being able to channel that and being able to accept it. We're the one that's resisting that.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. So I light the candle.
Please go ahead and light the candle. As we confirm our ongoing becoming in being in abundance and prosperity. For today being another new chapter.